All right, we had a slight delay, but we're glad you're with us. And where we are is 2 outs in the third for Warren Cromartie. Warren Cromartie is up with 2 outs in the third. It's 3-0 Expos. The pitch to Crow. Fly ball center field. That's going to do it, but the Expos score another solo run. It's 3-0 Expos after 2.5. Joe Nolan. Nolan lines a shot down in the corner. That's going to be past Oliver. Into the corner. Cromartie's going to have to get it. And he's on second with a double. Ninth place hitting Rich Dower is up. The pitch to Dower is a fly ball to left. That's Raines, and that's 1 down. Bumbry draws a walk. Second walk of the game for him. First and second for Glenn Gulliver. Tying run at the plate for Baltimore. Gulliver's got some pop. Ground ball second. That's Flynn. He makes the play to first, and the runners advance at second and third with Singleton coming up. Second and third for Kenny Singleton. Eddie Murray's on deck. The pitch to Singleton is a strikeout, and Singleton fans for the second time in the game with a chance to drive in some runs. We go to the fourth, and it is 3-0 Montreal. Chris Spire flies one to left. That's Lowenstein for 1 out. Doug Flynn. Palmer's not throwing a gem, but he is still in the game. Fly ball to left. That's Singleton, who's coming in a few steps now and makes the catch. And Tim Raines. Raines flies one to right. And that will do it for the Expos in the fourth. A 1-2-3 inning for Palmer and a badly needed one at that. Eddie Murray leads off the bottom of the fourth. He'll be followed by John Lowenstein and Cal Ripken. Murray flies one to left. That's Raines. Lowenstein draws a walk. Cal Ripken Jr. The pitch to Cal. Ball 2. Cal's up. 2 balls, no strikes. Lowenstein on first. There's 1 man out. And now Cal lines one into the corner. That's going to be for Raines. It's bouncing around. Here comes Lowenstein to third. He will hold. And that leaves runners at second and third with 1 man out. Dan Ford coming up. Pretty decent clutch hitter. 1 man out. That's Lowenstein on third. Ripken on second. And a base hit for Ford. He went the other way. He goes to right field. Cromartie gets it back in. That'll hold Ripken at third. It's first and third, 1 out, and the Orioles trail 3-1. The Expo infield is back. Nolan is at the plate. He doubled in the third. 1 for 1 today. Shot at Wallach. shot at Wallach. They're going to go try and turn it. Wallach to Flynn. But Flynn is taken out on a hard slide by Ford. That gets another run home. And it's 3-2. 2 outs now for Gulliver. Joe Nolan's on first. It's the bottom of the fourth. A 3-2 game. We have a range check. Ground ball to third. That's Wallach. Wallach will make the play to first, and that retires the side. But the Orioles score 2. Get back in it. It's now 3-2 Expos. In the top of the fifth, we have Oliver, Dawson, and Carter leading off against Palmer. Still on the mound for, whoa, there's a shot. Got a chance to get out of here. It's off the wall. Ford doing a dance with it in right field. Oliver's going to make it all the way to third base. And there's a man on third with nobody out. The Baltimore Oriole bullpen is going to get busy. And it's going to be John Flynn. John Flynn is throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. He did not pitch yesterday, but he did pitch in Game 1, an inning and 2/3. Dawson, the Oriole defense is in. The pitch to the Hawk. And Palmer just threw a wild pitch. That'll score Oliver from third, and it's 4-2 Expos. 4-2 Expos. Nobody out, nobody on for Dawson. He strikes out. Gary Carter steps in. He's 2 for 2 today, a couple of singles. Fly ball center field. That's Bunbury. 2 down. And Jerry White is 0 for 2. And White strikes out. Palmer again allows a single run. And the Orioles trail by 2. Orioles trail by 2. Al Bunbury leads off the bottom of the fifth. We're at the top of the Baltimore order. It'll be Bunbury, Gulliver, and Singleton. And if anybody gets on, it'll be Eddie Murray. Fly ball right field. Cromartie makes the catch, and for the first time, Bunbury is not on base. Gulliver's 0 for 2. And he draws a walk off Scott Sanderson. Singleton is 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts. And he sends a high one to right field. That's Cromartie for 2 down. Eddie Murray, 0 for 2. And Murray sends one to center. This will be Dawson. And it's a 1-2-3-4 fifth inning for the Orioles as Gulliver draws a walk and is stranded. We go to the 6th, and it's the Expos' turn. It's Wallach, Cromartie, and Spire. Wallach homered in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. And Wallach strikes out for the first out in the 6th. Warren Cromartie. Cromartie singles to right. He pulls it just past Dower. And now Spire's up with 1 out and 1 on. The Expos shortstop strikes out. And finally, Doug Flynn with 2 outs and a man on first The pitch to Doug. He's sawed off, and it's a bleeder, and it's just over Dower's head for a base hit. Cromartie will stop at second. It's Raines with 2 men out and 2 men on. That's Cromartie on second, Flynn on first, and Raines coming to the plate. And Palmer's pitch is strike 3 called. Wow. Palmer gets out of it, but he still trails 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Scotty Sanderson. Sanderson to Lowenstein, and Lowenstein draws a walk. Pitch to Ripken. We have a range check. It is 91. Left field, Raines is coming in. He's not going to get there. It's a base hit for Ripken. Lowenstein stops at second, and it's first and second for Dan Ford. The bottom of the Orioles order has done all the damage so far. The pitch to Ford is a ground ball to third. That's a shot at Wallach. Wallach gloves it and makes the play across to Oliver as both runners advance. We have runners at second and third now for Joe Nolan. Nolan is 1 for 2 with an RBI. He doubled in the third. Big moment for the Orioles. They need to come through and tie this game. Nolan draws a walk. The bases are loaded for Rich Dower. That's going to get the Orioles bullpen humming. And it's Woody Fryman throwing in the Orioles bullpen. Fryman pitched in yesterday's game and contributed to the 9th inning disaster. There's 1 out. Bases loaded. The infield is back. Dower swings and hits a screamer off Sanderson's glove. That is going to mean everybody is safe, and the Orioles play to run. It's 4-3. An RBI for Dower on an infield hit. And it's 4-3 Montreal. There's 1 out. Bumbry is at the plate. The pitch to Al. That's ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Ground ball second. That's Flynn. Can you believe it? Spire, Oliver, double play, and that's the inning. The Orioles had the bases loaded with 1 out and only get 1 run. It's 4-3 Expos as we go to the 7th. Al Oliver leads off. Palmer. Palmer strikes out Oliver. And Jim has struck out 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 batters today. Trailing by a run here in the 7th. Dawson is 1 for 3. And that will be a range check. 64 on the range check is to the pitcher. Palmer fields his position and makes the play. Dawson is out. Carter is 2 for 3. He steps in now against Jim. The pitch, and he skies it to Bunbury. He drifts back a few steps, Bunbury toward the wall, but will make the play, and it's 4-3 Expos as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Scott Sanderson pitching against Glenn Gulliver. And look at Gulliver. It's in the gap. He splits Cromartie and Dawson and will make it to second. The Expo bullpen is going again. It's Fryman. For the second time, Kenny Singleton is up. Singleton's 0 for 3. The pitch to Singleton is a fly ball to right. That's going to be to Cromartie. Gulliver is tagging. He is tagging, and he will advance to third base on the flyout by Singleton. The Expo defense comes in. It's 4-3. They're in. There's one out, and Eddie Murray is at the plate. The pitch to Murray. It's a drive to right. Way back. Cromartie to the wall, but he's not going to get it. Murray comes through with a 2-run homer, and the Expos lead 5-4. Wow. That's going to do it for Sanderson, and we're going to see Woody Fryman. Woody Fryman is on here in the 7th with one out. He is facing John Lowenstein. Gary Renicky will be called on to pinch hit for Lowenstein. Here in the 7th. He is a defensive upgrade as well. There's one out, nobody on. The Expos now trail 5-4. We have another range check. 41. 41 is a fly to center. That's going to be Dawson, and that's going to be 2 outs. Cal Ripken Jr. 2 for 3 today with a double, run scored. And that is a fly to left. Is Raines going to get there? He will. And it's 3 outs. But, the Orioles have taken a 1-run lead on a 2-run homer by slugging first baseman Eddie Murray. Murray has given the Orioles a 5-4 lead. Coming into pitch as Palmer is done for the day. Coming into pitch for Baltimore. It's going to be Don Stanhouse. Don Stanhouse, Stan the Man Unusual, is on to pitch the top of the 8th for Baltimore. Tippy Martinez and Sammy Stewart are throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. Jerry White leads off for the Expos. He's the DH today. He's 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a double play. Not a good day. The pitch to Jerry is a strikeout. White's bad day continues. There's one out in the 8th. It's Tim Wallach. Wallach is 1 for 3 with a home run in the 3rd. The pitch to Wallach is a ground ball hammered at short. That's Cal Ripken. Over to Murray. 2 down. And Warren Cromartie. 1 for 2. A walk and a run scored. But Cromartie now flies one to right, and that's going to be Ford, and that's going to be 3 outs. We go to the Baltimore 8th, and it is Baltimore 5, Montreal 4. Fryman is going to be asked to depart the premises, and Bryn Smith will take over as the pitcher for Montreal in the bottom of the 8th. Fryman went 2/3 of an inning, no walks, no hits, no strikeouts, no runs. Ford leads off. Baltimore would like another run, or 2, or 3, or 6. Ford, fly ball to left, that's going to be Raines, and that's going to be 1 down. Joe Nolan against the right-hander Smith. Nolan cracks a single up the middle. It's a base hit. That might be it for Nolan. If there are any wheels on the bench at all, it's going to be Bobby Bonner. Bobby Bonner is going to be a pinch runner for Joe Nolan here in the bottom of the 8th. Rich Dower is going to be hit for, and it's going to be Jim Dwyer hitting for Dower. Jim Dwyer pinch hitting for Rich Dower. There's one man on, the very fast Bobby Bonner on first base. There's one man on, 1 out, and Jim Dwyer at the plate. The pitch to Dwyer is a fly ball to center. That's going to be Dawson, and that's going to be 2 outs. Al Bumbry. The pitch to Bumbry is a ground ball to second. That's going to be taken by Flynn. And Smith retires the Orioles without too much difficulty in the 8th. We will have a new second baseman and a new catcher coming in for Baltimore. The new second baseman will be Lenny Sakata. And Sakata will bat 9th, and the new catcher will be Rick Dempsey. And Dempsey will bat 8th. All right. We go to the 9th, and Stanhouse's day is done, and it's going to be Tippy Martinez to try and close it for Baltimore. Tippy Martinez did pitch in Game 1, 2/3 of an inning without incident. We go to the 9th here. Spire, Flynn, and Raines are the scheduled batters. Stanhouse pitched a 1-2-3/8. And now we're looking at the Expos' last chance here. Martinez is a left-handed closer. And so the Expos do have a couple options for when the rather hapless Doug Flynn comes to the plate. The pitch to Spire. Spire Hits a fly ball to center. That's going to be Bumbry. And that's going to be 1 down. Joel Youngblood is going to be called on now to pinch hit. Youngblood for Flynn. Flynn's day is done. He was 1 for 2 with a bunt. Youngblood will pinch hit, hoping to get something going here with 1 out in the top of the 9th. The Expos had a 3-0 lead and a 4-2 lead and could not hold them. The pitch to Youngblood. That's a line base hit. Youngblood's aboard, and there's 1 out. Rains is up with 1 out against Tippy. Youngblood on first. The pitch to Tim. And Rains strikes out. 2 down. It's all up to Al Oliver. Youngblood takes his lead at first, but there are 2 outs. Oliver's 1 for 4. He tripled in the 5th and scored a run. The pitch to Al is a base hit. He went to left. He went the other way. Youngblood will stop at second. It's first and second for Dawson. We're going to have another pinch runner, and it's going to be Frank Taveras running for Oliver. So we've got Youngblood on second, Oliver on first, and Taveras coming to the plate. And Dawson coming to the plate. Youngblood on second, Taveras on first, Oliver, and one more time, Kurt. Youngblood on second, Taveras on first, Dawson coming to the plate, Tippy Martinez on the mound. Dawson, probably the Expos MVP of the series so far. In this game, he's 1 for 4 with an RBI single way back in the first. And he hits a grounder at Ripken. Can Cal make the play to Murray? He does. And that ends the ball game. This is a tight series. The Orioles take Game 3, 5-4. The winning pitcher is Jim Palmer. Palmer is 1-0 in the series. The losing pitcher is Scott Sanderson. Sanderson goes to 0-1. The Orioles are now ahead in games, 2-1 over the Expos, with 2 more to play in Baltimore. They have a chance to close out the series at home, but this is a tight one. The line score for the Orioles, they scored 5 runs on 8 hits, and they committed no errors. The Expos scored 4 runs, could have scored more, squandered some chances. Scored 4 runs on 12 hits. And they committed no errors. The save goes to Tippy Martinez. It's his first in the series. So, we go to Game 4 of the series tomorrow at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, where the opposing pitchers will be Bill Gullickson for the visiting Montreal Expos, and he will face lefty Mike Flanagan for the Orioles. Hope you'll join us. Please click like and subscribe, and check out Pine Tar Baseball at ttlbaseballgame.com.